Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. So today I am doing a video all about the light blue perfume range from Dolce & Gabbana. If you are new here, then welcome. We're all about perfumes here, so check out all my other hundreds of other videos. And if you're a regular and you haven't subscribed yet, then do hit that subscribe button and show your support. And as always guys, I will leave links down below to where you can get these in the UK, Europe and US. So I'm going to explain the difference between the different flankers here, and I have some different ones to show you. But let's start off with the original. So original light blue, iconic, been out for a very long time now, is your sort of classic light scent. So it's summertime, you want something very, very fresh, very, very light. That's what light blue is. It's an eau de toilette. It's basically a lemony green apple smell. A lot of people think it's just lemon, but it isn't. It's actually quite appley. I'd say more appley than lemon. It's also not an oceanic scent. I know the branding and everything looks like it's going to be very watery, oceany, but it's not. It's more citrusy. Light blue comes under quite a lot of criticism because it's not a massively cheap perfume. It is an eau de toilette, but unfortunately it doesn't really last that long. So I was super happy when they brought out Light Blue Intense, which I definitely recommend. It is just a stronger version of the original. It has a bit of amberwood in, slight little bit of floral in, but it's mainly just a stronger lemon, a stronger green apple, so it lasts better and it has better projection. So if you are looking for something fresh, just because it says intense, it's still very much a fresh perfume, so I would definitely recommend that over the original. But what really excites me about Light Blue the most is the flankers. So each year they bring out a different version of light blue, and often it's focused around a particular area in Italy, which I think is very romantic. And my absolute favourite from all the flankers is called Escape to Panarea. So this one has a kind of greeny coloured liquid. I'm not sure you'll be able to see it on the camera. It's kind of translucent but a bit greeny. And if you've been to the Mediterranean or anywhere around the globe really on that same latitude like Mexico, you'll know that these pink flowers are everywhere. They just seem to grow everywhere in that type of climate. So I really associate them with Italy, Spain, Mediterranean climate. And I think that this has captured their smell quite well. So Panarea is actually a tiny little island off the west coast of Italy, in between Italy and Sicily. And I guess the idea is this smells like the island. I haven't been to that particular island, but I really find it has that Mediterranean smell. And I think this is my favourite from the whole Light Blue range. What it has in it is tonka bean, and if you guys are regular viewers here, you'll know that I love tonka bean because it helps perfumes last. And this, of all the light blues, is a fragrance that you wear and people compliment on you. People compliment you, they can smell it on you, you can smell it on yourself. Like, it's much, much better quality and better for lasting and protection than normal light. It has pear in as well, which is another one I really like. So pear, of course, is fresh, and it has like bergamot in as well, like the lemon of the original. But for me, it's not as sharp as the original. It's more like a airy freshness, like walking out in the Mediterranean and smelling those beautiful pink flowers and the Mediterranean air. I really like it, and I think it's perfect for summertime. I think you could wear this day or evening, and I'm really surprised that it is an eau de toilette because I say it performs like an eau de parfum. It's not super heavy, don't get me wrong, but it's a good perfume, and I just think it smells quite expensive. It reminds me of the kind of thing that a Dolce & Gabbana lady would smell like, you know, that Italian exquisite fresh smell. Yeah, I could talk about it all day. I love it, and I love the pink packaging. I love this pink flower. So next we can talk about Love in Capri. So Capri is another island just off Naples, again on the west coast, and I would say that Capri, Love in Capri, is kind of similar to the original. It's got that freshness of the original. It's closest to the original. It comes in this very blue bottle, which I really like, and basically it has honeysuckle in. So I definitely think it's more interesting than the original. The original is just quite a plain freshness. Having honeysuckle in makes this a little bit more interesting and a little bit more floral, but it's still very fresh with lemons and cedarwood. And in the dry down, the cedarwood does come through. With the honeysuckle, there's a bit of orange in here as well, a bit of powderiness, but overall I'd say it's a honeysuckle lemon. Definitely fresh, of course. So if you like original and you're looking for something that's slightly different, then I'd say give Love in Capri a try, because it's similar to the original, just I'd say a little bit more complex and interesting. So next we have Sunset in Salina. Salina is an area in Sicily, the large island that the boot of Italy is kicking into the Mediterranean Sea, and this has that quite a darker sort of orangey sunset coloured liquid, so it stands out as being different to original. I'd say this is the most green of all of them. You know, in the hot countries as the sun's setting, you do start getting the smell of all the plants and everything around you, and I think that's what this kind of smells like. It's got orange blossom and freesia. I really get the freesia, and it doesn't have the lemons in or the apples of the original, so it's quite different. It's definitely a white floral, but it's a fresh white floral. A little bit of violet in. It's nice. It definitely requires quite a few sprays. Perhaps if it's a very hot, humid evening in the summer, this is the kind of thing you could spray before you go out for dinner or something, and it would be very pretty and feminine, but still have that fresh, humid smell to it. It smells like humid climates to me, and those of you that live in a colder climate like me in London, you'll know that when you go somewhere tropical, you get off the plane and you're hit with humidity, and also this smell. Vegetation just smells different. The outside smells different in those countries, and that's what this reminds me of, that more tropical vegetation. We of course have the brand new 2020 light blue Love is Love. So this isn't named after a place in Italy. This is definitely a sort of playful modern scent. It's not as sort of serious as some of the others, which are quite sophisticated. I'd say this is a bit funner. It's a fruity one. Again, it's quite similar to the original though, more similar than the other flankers. It's basically the original with a bit of raspberry in. So it's lemon, raspberry, apple, berries. It has a bit of whipped cream in as well, but it's not overly sweet. It's a fresh sweetness. So this would be great for a very daytime, innocent, playful type smell. You know, you could really cover yourself in this, spray loads, and it wouldn't be overpowering. It would be very refreshing. I do love the packaging with the big heart on. You even get a heart sticker on it. And I just think it's fun and playful. And I think if you were choosing between this or the original, I would get this because it's just a bit funner. It's similar, but just a little bit modern with the raspberry. Another flanker is light blue Sun. Now this was really cool. It came out a few years ago. I used to have it ages ago, thrown it away, used it up, and I need to get a new one because it was a really fun summery smell. It had coconut in, it had frangipani, and then it had that lemon and apple freshness of the original, but it was like a tropical version of the original, a fun holiday version of the original with the coconut in, which helped with lasting power. So this was really good, and if you like your tropical perfumes, your coconut perfumes, you're looking for something like a fresh coconut, then I definitely recommend this because it was really fun. So next we have Dreaming in Portofino. Portofino is a small harbour town right at the top of Italy, almost into France, along that coastline that has like Monaco and Cannes and all these, Nice, you know, all these very exclusive places. Portofino is one of those. This one is nothing like the original. It's a musky, powdery lychee. So totally different. There's no lemon, there's no apple, but because of the lychee, it does feel citrusy, and lychee has that citrus freshness to it. This one I think is very popular. People really like this. I personally am not that keen on too powdery perfume, so I never ended up buying it, but I always recognised it as being a very good, interesting smell. Quite unique, and it did have lasting power and projection, unlike the very original light blue. So if you like your more creamy, powdery, fresh scents, then this would be good for you. And I think the name is so romantic and everything, and yeah, another interesting flanker. And then lastly, we have light blue Italian Zest. This came out recently, I think it was last year. This I was so excited for because I love lemons, and I thought this is going to be like a more lemony version of the original, you know, can't wait. And that is what it is. It is a more lemony version of the original. However, that's it. It doesn't last like the original, and it basically could be easily confused with the original. Like, yeah, it's good that it's more lemony, but then after 10 minutes it's basically gone. And it was such a disappointment because I really liked all the packaging, the branding, and the bright like yellow of the bottle and everything, but it's not a good flanker in my opinion, unfortunately. Such a shame. I wish they'd bring out one that was like really lemony and lasted. I would love to create a perfume one day when I have my own perfume range that's a really good lasting lemon. So that's it, guys. So quite a few different interesting ones there for you to try out. I do think Escape to Pangea is the most interesting and unusual and my personal favourite, even though the Sun one is really fun as well. But you know, everyone likes different ones and there's quite a few interesting ones here to go off. So I'll leave the links down below as always, guys, but that's it. So let me know if you've had any of these, tried them, which is your favourite, down below in the comments. I'd love to get your thoughts. But that's it, and thanks so much for watching as always, guys, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!